All right, welcome back. So today we're diving into something you probably use every single day, maybe even multiple times a day, without ever giving it a second thought. Yep, I'm talking about your kitchen sponge. But here's the thing. Is that trusty little scrubber a hygiene hero, or is it actually a biological time bomb, just, ticking away in your sink?
To kick things off, we've got this letter that I think is going to sound really familiar to a lot of you. It's from Stacy in suburbia, and she says, "Dear Professor, I'm a total germaphobe. My sponge is my best friend. Am I a hygiene hero, or is there something lurking under the bubbles?" Stacy, that is the million-dollar question, isn't it? And you have definitely come to the right place for an answer.
And Stacy's question really gets to the heart of it all. It boils down to this. With every scrub, every wipe, are you actually building a fortress to protect your family from germs? Or have you accidentally rolled out the red carpet and built them a 5-star, all-inclusive luxury hotel?
So let's pull back the curtain, shall we? It's time to take a real look at what's going on inside that colorful little block of foam. We're about to explore your sponge's secret life, a thriving microscopic metropolis that's buzzing with activity 24/7, right under your nose.
The source material for this explainer has this just brilliant metaphor for what's happening. You probably think of yourself as a good, diligent cleaner. But from a microbe's point of view, you're the CEO. You're the property manager of a porous skyscraper that's basically custom built for a bacterial plague.
So who are the main tenants living in your skyscraper? Well, allow me to introduce you to Moraxella osloensis. This is one seriously tough bacterium that absolutely loves sponge-like environments. Oh, and it's the main culprit behind that distinctive, funky, wet dog smell that your sponge gets after a while. Yeah, you know the one.
And this right here shows exactly why they love it so much. Your sponge provides the perfect 5-star amenities for germs. It's got constant moisture from the sink, it's got warmth from your hot water, and best of all, a never-ending all-you-can-eat buffet of tiny food scraps. For bacteria, it's basically paradise.
So here's the key takeaway. Your sponge isn't just a passive object. The source material puts it pretty bluntly. It's not a cleaning tool at all. It's a luxury resort where bacteria can multiply at an absolutely incredible rate. It's an active, thriving breeding ground.
Okay. I can already hear what you're thinking. You're saying, hold on, I'm smart about this. I sanitize my sponge in the microwave, or I boil it, right? Well, about that, let's get into why those common hacks don't actually work. It's time to debunk some myths.
This is probably the single biggest myth of sponge hygiene, the idea that you can just zap it or boil it and it's good as new. But the reality? It's so much worse. You're basically running a bacterial Hunger Games in your microwave. You're only killing off the weakest ones, leaving the strongest, meanest, most pathogenic bacteria with even more room to multiply.
I love this analogy from our source material. Trying to clean your sponge this way, it's like trying to stop a zombie horde with a squirt gun. Sure, it feels like you're doing something, but you are completely, fundamentally unequipped to deal with the actual scale of the problem.
And what happens after you've made your heroic squirt gun attempt at sanitizing? Well, the survivors, the source calls them the bourrins, which basically means the brutes of the germ world. They now have all this new empty real estate to rapidly take over. You haven't cleaned your sponge. You've just created a stronger, more resilient super colony of bacteria.
So if all our little cleaning hacks are actually making things worse, what on earth is the answer? Let's talk about the solution. And I'm going to warn you, it is simple, it is brutal, and it is the only thing that is truly effective.
Think about this for a second. This comparison just perfectly captures the irony of her hygiene habits. We freak out about public toilet seats, which, by the way, are often cleaned with industrial-strength bleach, while we are totally ignoring the real germ factory we bring right into our kitchens every single day.
And this is why it matters so much. Every single time you wipe down a counter or plate with that old germy sponge, you are not cleaning. You are unleashing what our source calls a tsunami of bacteria. And you're spreading it from your sink directly onto the surfaces that your food touches.
So what is the one true, no-nonsense scientific advice? Here it is. 2 simple steps. Number 1, stop trying to save your sponge. It is not your friend. And number 2, throw it out. Make it a weekly ritual. Every week. No exceptions. And all this really brings us to our final thought here. This isn't about living in fear of germs. Not at all. It's about using knowledge to make smarter choices. It's about dying smarter, not dirtier. So I'll leave you with this final question to think about.
Now that you've seen the evidence, are you going to continue to be the CEO of that bacterial skyscraper in your sink? Or are you ready to fire that tiny, porous employee of yours and finally embrace the weekly disposal ritual?
The choice, as they say, is yours. As our source puts it, stay curious and you'll certainly die smarter. Thanks for staying curious with us today.
With that, you'll certainly die smarter, but you'll still die. But before you do, don't forget to like the video and subscribe.